front hall of Flower Hill, we have several items that you may be interested in. For one thing, the piece of furniture on your right, my left, is one of the oldest pieces in the house, a secretary desk from the Smoot home in Huntington, Tennessee, and more about that later. The table right here to my left and your right came from the Capitol, and there's quite a long story about it, but briefly I'll say now that it came to my father at the time of his retirement. My father was with the Supreme Court of Texas for 66 years. In writing for pleasure some of his memories, he detailed all of his experiences with the Supreme Court, and it was very fitting at the end of his long service of 66 years that he had this table from the Capitol. On the table are letter boxes in the two corners of the table, letter boxes which were in great use in those days. They served as desks on which to write. They opened up and revealed the pens and the paper and even ink wells and other equipment needed for writing. The two silver card receptacles on the table came from the Graham home in Bowling Green, Kentucky, the Grahams being my grandmother Smoot's family. Also, you see in this hallway a painting over here on this wall, which doesn't show too much, but it was always called the one that Mama painted, meaning my grandmother Smoot. It was a bought picture in Bowling Green, Kentucky, which originally had an advertisement in the upper left corner of one of the distilleries in that area. But she did not favor the distillery, and so she painted a cloud over it. When later years we had to have it redone, I was curious to see whether the distillery was still there, and Bradford did refinish the picture and found the distillery, but I had it painted over again, and my father was sort of annoyed that I had tampered with it. In this hallway there are many other objects that came from the family, but those are separate stories. The chandelier just above us here is original to the house. In fact, almost all of the hardware in the house is original. The light fixtures are original. And the glass of the windows, the glass in the front door, which you see there, is original to the house. And so most of what is here came from the beginning of the home that was built here in 1877.